Sonny Corinthos pivots entirely, and his new target is none other than Valentine Cassadine and Carly Spencer's completely unexpected, mind-boggling romance. I genuinely wasn't expecting that. My jaw actually hit the floor when I realized Sonny isn't just annoyed by this pairing. He is actively preparing to tear this relationship apart before it even gets off the ground. I keep thinking about the sheer intensity in his eyes. This isn't just jealous ex-husband territory. This is a mob boss who smells blood in the water. I wasn't ready for that sudden, dramatic shift in the narrative. We all thought the Cullum mess was going to consume Sonny, but instead, he is laser focused on stopping Carly from falling any deeper into Valentine's web. And you know what? I can't even blame him. The moment I saw Valentine kissing Carly outside the hospital, I felt this massive pit in my stomach. It's not just that they are an odd pairing, it's that everything about Valentine's current status screams danger. He went from being a desperate fugitive hiding in Carly's attic, terrified of being locked away in Steinmauer, to suddenly walking the streets of Port Charles as a free man. How does that even happen? It makes zero sense to anyone looking at it from the outside. I keep thinking about how this hits so incredibly hard because of the deep, complicated history between Sonny, Carly, and Valentine. We have watched Carly defend her controversial choices for years, but this time, she is blindly walking into a literal minefield. Valentine is a master manipulator. Let's not forget exactly who we are dealing with here. This is the man who has lied, schemed, and terrorized his way through this town for years. Carly thinks she is in control, that they fell in love organically while plotting against Jack Brennan, but I am screaming at my screen. She is ignoring every single red flag. When Sonny enlisted Brick to secretly investigate Valentine, I literally cheered out loud. Finally, someone is asking the right questions about Valentine's miraculous, unexplained freedom. If you ask me, the fact that Valentine secured a full pardon without any logical public explanation is the biggest smoking gun in Port Charles right now. Yes, we the audience know that Jocelyn made a secret deal with WSB head Z to pin Cullum's crimes on the deceased Cassius Faison, but does Sonny know the intricate details of that? Does anyone outside of that tiny circle know? To the rest of the world, Valentine just magically got off the hook. Sonny is not a fool. He sees this sudden freedom and knows that in their dangerous world, nothing comes without a massive, sinister price tag. Sonny understands that Carly is letting her guard down, completely blinded by her feelings, and that makes her the perfect collateral damage in whatever game Valentine is playing. Guys, the dynamic of Sonny teaming up with Brick to dig into Valentine's secrets is giving me literal chills. I love when these two collaborate because Brick leaves no stone unturned. I can't help feeling that as they dig deeper, they are going to uncover a conspiracy that makes the Jen Sidwell drama look like absolute child's play. I am talking about a massive, orchestrated plot. Sonny knows that Valentine didn't just walk away from the WSB without making a deal with the devil. And in this case, the devil is Z. I am terrified of what Brick is going to find when he hacks into those WSB servers or tracks Valentine's recent movements and communications. And this brings me to the theory that has been keeping me awake at night. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I don't think I am. What if Valentine is the one behind those two horrific arson attacks? Yes, I said it. Think about it. Michael was severely burned in that massive fire, and Christina nearly lost her life when the pub went up in flames. We have all been running around trying to figure out who would target Sonny's children so ruthlessly. What if all the evidence pointing elsewhere was just a brilliant, sick smokescreen designed by Valentine to keep Sonny distracted? I mean, let's really break this down and look at the psychology here. Valentine is a brilliant tactician. He knows that the only way to truly destabilize Sonny Corinthos is to go after his family. By nearly killing Michael and Christina, he forced Sonny into a state of absolute chaos, grief, and paranoia. While Sonny was busy hunting down ghosts, visiting burn units, and dealing with the fallout of Ross Cullum, Valentine was quietly positioning himself right under everyone's noses. He even embedded himself into Carly's life, hiding in her house, playing the vulnerable, misunderstood fugitive. It makes me sick to my stomach to think that the man kissing Carly might be the exact same man who ordered the fires that almost killed her son and stepdaughter. I love this storyline because it brings back the ruthless, protective, hyper-aware Sonny that we have missed for so long. But at the same time, the frustration is absolutely eating me alive. I love that Sonny is stepping up, but something still bothers me so much about Carly's behavior. Carly is supposed to be fiercely protective of her family, yet she is completely ignoring Lulu's warnings. Lulu literally caught them, discovered the secret, and called Carly out for hiding a criminal, and Carly just doubled down. She refused to apologize for following her heart. I just want to shake her. How can she be so smart, so fiercely independent, and yet so incredibly blind when it comes to Valentine? It is so frustrating to watch Carly fight tooth and nail with Z to get Jocelyn out of the WSB, while simultaneously sleeping with a man who is likely in bed with the WSB himself. The hypocrisy and the sheer danger are off the charts. I am pulling my hair out because Carly is usually the one who spots a con from a mile away. But Valentine has played her perfectly. He used their mutual hatred for Jack Brennan to bond with her, and now she thinks they are some sort of star-crossed lovers taking on the world. It is a brilliant move by the writers, but as a fan, it is agonizing to witness her walk into this trap. I have to judge Valentine here. Maybe I'm being unfair, but I don't think his feelings for Carly are 100% genuine. I think she is nothing more than a pawn in a much larger, much darker game. Valentine doesn't do anything without an endgame. I firmly believe he is secretly working with Z. Z wants to elevate Jocelyn in the WSB, but what if his real goal, along with Valentine, is to completely eradicate Sonny's empire? Taking down Sonny Corinthos and throwing him in federal prison would be the ultimate feather in Z's cap, and Valentine would be more than happy to help if it meant securing his own absolute power and control over Port Charles. By seducing Carly, Valentine is neutralizing Sonny's biggest ally and most fierce defender. If Sonny and Carly are at odds, they are weak. If Carly is defending Valentine, Sonny is isolated from his usual support system. It is a textbook divide and conquer strategy, and it is working flawlessly. I understand why Carly feels drawn to Valentine. He played the wounded bird perfectly, appealing to her need to fix and protect, but I still think her falling for this is a massive character regression. She should know better. And Sonny? Sonny is doing exactly what he has to do. He is acting like the mob boss. He isn't just going to sit back and let a venomous snake coil itself around the mother of his children. This is where my internal fan conflict really kicks in, and it is tearing me apart. Part of me wants to believe that maybe, just maybe, Valentine really did fall in love with Carly. We saw him share those emotional moments with her before he left for Geneva, and we know he has a capacity for deep love, especially when we look at his complex history with Anna and Charlotte. Another part of me thinks he is a cold-blooded sociopath who would burn down Michael and Christina just to prove a point and clear the board. I honestly can't decide which version of Valentine we are dealing with right now. And that ambiguity is driving me crazy. Do I root for Carly to find happiness after everything she has been through with Morgan's memory and Jocelyn's current WSB nightmare? Or do I root for Sonny to absolutely destroy Valentine and drag Carly back to reality, even if she hates him for doing it? I am so torn. If Sonny exposes Valentine as the arsonist, Carly's heart will be broken, and she will be devastated that she harbored the man who almost killed her son. But if Sonny doesn't intervene, Carly could be the next victim in Z and Valentine's grand scheme to take over Port Charles. It is a lose-lose situation for her, and it physically hurts to watch her march toward this cliff. Ultimately, I think Sonny is going to realize that this isn't just about a romance. When he and Brick finally connect the dots, they are going to see the classic big fish eat little fish scenario. Z and Valentine are the big fish in this equation, and they are trying to swallow Sonny and Carly whole. Sonny will have no choice but to lay all his cards on the table and tell Carly the absolute brutal truth about what he has found. Will she believe him? Probably not at first. She will probably accuse him of being a jealous, controlling ex-husband trying to ruin her life. But Sonny won't care about her anger. He is going to prepare for the biggest, bloodiest war Port Charles has seen in years. Sonny is going to strike first. That is who he is. He is not going to wait for Valentine and Z to finalize their plans and put him in handcuffs. He is going to dismantle their operation piece by piece, preemptively destroying their leverage. The stakes have never been higher. We are talking about the fate of the Corinthos Empire, the safety of Michael, Christina, and Jocelyn, and the very soul of Port Charles. If Valentine really is the mastermind behind the fires and is actively working with Z to frame or imprison Sonny, this is going to be an apocalyptic showdown that will change the landscape of the show forever. Just picture it. Sonny, standing in his office, looking out over the city, knowing that the man who almost burned his children alive is currently sleeping in Carly's bed. The sheer rage that must be boiling inside his veins is terrifying to even think about. This is the Sonny Corinthos I have been waiting for. No more distractions with Ross Cullum or Jen Sidwell. This is deeply personal. This is about family, betrayal, and survival. He is going to burn Valentine's world to the ground to protect his own. And honestly, I am here for it. I am grabbing my popcorn and waiting for the explosion. Am I the only one feeling this way? Guys, what do you think? Am I totally off base thinking Valentine is the arsonist and working with Z to take down Sonny? Or do you think Carly is genuinely safe and Sonny is just losing his mind over nothing? Maybe I'm wrong, but I just can't shake this feeling that we are about to witness the most devastating betrayal in General Hospital history. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I am losing my mind over here.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.